water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Looking for the right utility tractor for your acreage? Find it at Landmark Implement. Shop our selection of used John Deere compact tractors from 1 through 5 series with the power and versatility to track mowing, yard work, snow removal, and more. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 36 months, followed by 6.2 for 24 months with approved credit. We've got the right fit for your property and your budget. Stop by your local Landmark Implement or visit us online at landmarkimp.com today and experience the Landmark difference.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P. State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
Welcome into a presentation of high school girls state basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Girls state basketball on The Ticket is presented by Union Bank and Trust, Nebraska Hematology Oncology, Concordia University, Nest 529 Direct Plan, Peru State College, General Excavating, the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, Doane University, Play It Again Sports, Sunbelt Rentals, the Nebraska Army National Guard, Big Ten Sports Bar, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, and Jimmy John's. Now calling all the action, here is Austin Orban.
Good evening from courtside at Pinnacle Bank Arena ahead of the Class B Girls State Championship game. Austin Norman and Tristan Gomez with you for this one. It's going to be a dandy. We have the Bennington Badgers undefeated on the year, the number 2 seed in Class B. They will play host, if you will, on a neutral site to the 4 seed in Class B, the Gretna East Griffins. Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you. Tristan, a fantastic game on tap. Bennington entered the state tournament at 25-0. Obviously, they win their first 2 games pretty handily. This is a Bennington team that has been challenged throughout the year. You think about some battles they've had, especially against Norris, is a team that found ways to keep it close against them a couple of different times. Other than that, though, it has been a romp to this point for the Bennington Badgers in Class B.
Yeah, absolutely. Bennington has been just impeccable all season long. It's been extremely impressive to watch them, especially in this state tournament. Like you said, Norris was kind of the only team that tested them throughout this regular season. There are only 2 single-digit victories, all the other ones coming by double digits. And then last night, they took down Pius by just 3 points. So they've shown that they can win dominantly, but they can also win in the close games. And then Gretna East, on the other hand, doing just that.
Gretna East, probably the hottest team in the state. Lost late in January to North and has done nothing but win since then. They started their run with a win against Elkhorn North, punctuated with a win over Northwest. At the end of the regular season, they go through districts. And then 2 intense games for Gretna East to begin the state tournament. We flash back especially to yesterday, Tristan, on this very court. Gretna East and Norris. Griffins take the lead late in a maybe controversial fashion, and they survive a layup attempt that would have forced overtime at the buzzer.
Yeah, no matter what, when you're going against the number 1 seed in the state tournament, you have to find a way to win. And if things are going to fall your way, you're going to take those things. And they took advantage of them with a late bucket with 4 seconds left on the clock. They get a stop on the defensive end. These Griffins team, they find ways to win basketball games, and I don't think they're going to be scared of this Bennington Badgers team.
The stands are packed for this one. We're just about ready to get underway here in the Class B final. For Gretna East, they will start Maggie Fack, Karen French, Heather Wadsworth, Justice Love, and Maddie Shelburne. For Bennington, Reese Almquist, Harper Boabaj, Macy Reiner, Skylar Johnson, and Hayden Jackson. A younger squad for Bennington and a younger squad as well for Gretna East. They start a little bit older, but plenty of youth when you look at the depth. To tip it off, it'll be Macy Reiner and Maddie Shelburne. They meet in the center circle. We're just about ready to go here from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Game number 5 of 6, state championship number 5 of 6 here on these very airwaves on 93.7 The Ticket. We get the points from our head referee. We're just about ready to go. Tip up and controlled by Bennington. With it is Boabaj running the point right now for the Badgers. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson drives, kicks to Hayden Jackson. Jackson misses Boabaj on the cut. Instead, it's to Reiner. Reiner dribbles around the perimeter. She lines up a 3. French plays off of her. Reiner makes her pay. Bennington on the board first with 3.
Reiner this whole tournament has scored from all facets, whether it's getting into the lane, knocking down threes. The Griffins are going to have to find a way to slow her down.
Bennington brings some pressure here as Pfaff brings the ball across the timeline. Horn set out of Gretna East. They enter to Shelburne at the right elbow. Dribble handoff to Love. She denies it. Now it's Shelburne going to work. Spinning in the post. Couple bounces off the rim. No good. Reiner with the rebound. Reiner dribbling with the left hand. Checks Boabaj. It's not there. Now Jackson. Down to Boabaj. Back over to Reiner. She'll line up another 3. This one from the left wing in front of Gretna Easton. That one's good. 2 early 3-pointers. Macy Reiner. Bennington up 6-zip. Here's Shelburne handling the ball. Starting post for the Griffins. Gives it off to Wadsworth. Wadsworth checks at the cutter. Pfaff, nothing doing. Wadsworth now over to Shelburne. Dribbling with the left to the top of the key. Gets it over to Pfaff. Pfaff working on Jackson. She's walled off. Tough angle for the entry pass down low. Pfaff did get it through to Shelburne. She's bumped and fouled.
We're already seeing the pressure defense from the Badgers. This is how they play. They like to turn their defense into offense, and they like to go quick. Macy Reiner already with 2 threes early going against that 2-3 zone of the Griffins.
That first foul on Almquist. Now it's French with it. She's working left, guarded by Johnson. French with the ball right in front of us. Left to right crossover, back to the left. Dribble handoff to Shelburne. Now Shelburne guarded by Johnson, top of the key. She goes behind her back. She's driving all the way down to the left, up through 2 defenders. No good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Boabaj. She's pushing up ahead and open to Jackson. Jackson righty layup up and good. 8-0 Bennington, 2 minutes in. Four-court man-to-man pressure from Bennington. Fast beats it easily. She's right in front of us, dribbling with the right hand now over to Love, high top of the key. Back to Pfaff. Looking for options, looks for cutting Shelburne, can't get it there. So Pfaff going to take matters into her own hands, puts it on the deck. She's held and fouled by Jackson.
Griffins find a way to get downhill, which I really like to see out of them. Going against this Bennington team that likes to put pressure on defenses. If you slow down and you try to make everything perfect, you're not going to get anything going. The Griffins need to find a way to get downhill.
8-0 Bennington. 1:59 gone in the first quarter. 2 threes from Macy Reiner so far for Bennington. French gets it in. First sub of the game for Gretna East is Taylor LaRock. Sophomore enters. Now here's French down the lane. Wild step through. Somehow got that one to go.
Impressive shot
right
there.
shoulder.
No clue how that one fell.
But it did. Gretna East on the board. It's 8-2. Reiner skip ahead to Jackson. Jackson gets it now to Almquist. This one taken away. Here comes Graver. She played a big role for Gretna East in the quarter. She gets that one blocked by Reiner. Here comes Bennington back the other way. Johnson down the left side of the court. Comes to a jump stop. Kicks it out. Boabaj drives. Kicks it to Jackson, who lines up a 3. That one is good. 11-2 Bennington on the back of 3 3-pointers.
Hayden Jackson is not afraid to shoot any contested shot. She's been doing it all tournament long and knocks that one down there.
LaRock up to Shelburne. Shelburne all the way around the arc, left-handed. Dangerous pass. French controls it with a dribble. Now she drives left, guarded by Reiner. Dribble handoff to Frederick. Frederick drives. Good contest by Reiner. Shot missed. Here comes Bennington quickly the other way. Here's Jackson. She just hit a 3. Won't take that one. Johnson driving right. Gets it back over to Jackson. Jackson drives right on LaRock. She'll take the stop and pop. Mid-range jumper up, no good. Shelburne controls the rebound. Shelburne looking to attack in transition. She turtles with it. Now she spins. She pivots, looking for options. Gets it over to French. French on the right wing. Over to Graver, top of the key. Now to Frederick. Frederick looking down to Shelburne. Had her numbers, couldn't get it there. French thought about it from way deep. She drives on Reiner. Nothing doing. Ball above her head. Skips it out. Shelburne. She'll hop into a 3-pointer. Airball it. left it short. She was a little deep on that one, Tristan. An open look, but from way long range.
Yeah, Shelburne made quite a few big baskets last night going against Norris. She's one that I think needs to find a way to take over in this one for the Griffins offense. Just missed that one.
Alexandra John now in for Bennington. She subs in. And we will have our first media timeout of the game. At this point, it's 11-2 Bennington over Gretna East. We'll be back in 90 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Attention, Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life. Parents deal with a lot of what ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you. Class B girls state championship game. Reiner breaks the full court pressure by herself. Results in a running floater for Johnson. 13-2 Bennington up 11. 2 points in 4 minutes for Gretna East as Love brings it across the half-court line. Gets it over to Pfaff on the right wing. Now it's with Graver. She'll try to drive middle of the floor. She stops. She skips it over to LaRock. Left open, three ball on the way, missed it. That one strong off the backboard. Now Bennington beating some full court pressure with the pass. Johnson just hit a layup. She fires away from three. That one no good. Scrum for the ball as Graver pursues the rebound. She gets bumped in the back at the foul. Gretna East basketball.
It's going to be super important for Gretna East to get back on defense, whether it's a missed shot, whether it's a turnover. We're already seeing how quick that Bennington wants to get out and run the floor.
A Bennington team that's not going to back down from the speed and the pace that which Gretna East wants to play with. Shelburne will bring the ball up. She's supposed. She works from right to left, snakes it through the lane, fell down, but got rid of it just in time. Graver has it right slot over to Love, right wing. Love now back to LaRock. Right corner, gets it short corner to Shelburne. She takes some dribbles out to the corner. Now she dribbles toward the middle. Lost the handle for a moment. She'll flip it off to Graver at the top of the key. Graver pass fake, takes a dribble, 10 on the shot clock, looking down low to LaRock, can't get it there. Instead, it goes to Shelburne. She drives on John. That shot altered, tipped out of bounds, off of Shelburne after her own miss. Badger basketball.
This Bennington defense is just absolutely relentless. It's so hard to get a good shot, even a shot up at all, and Shelburne just saw that right there.
13-2 Bennington, 5 minutes gone by first quarter. Boabaj handles. Playing some pitch and catch with Jackson in the backcourt. Now Boabaj thought about pushing middle. She dribbles into the coffin corner. She skips it right to Wadsworth with the steal. Wadsworth's ahead of the pack. Loses the handle for a moment. Layup up, no good. Love all alone for the rebound and the putback, but she missed that one as well. Two golden opportunities for the Griffins. They let slip. Now French steals a wayward entry pass. That one now goes to Love. She'll skip it cross court to Wadsworth. Wadsworth drives into the paint, gets 2 feet there. She stops, takes a mid-range jumper, no good. Shelburne sticking with it on the offensive glass. Kick out over to Love. She'll fire away from three. That one long, no good. Rebound to Reiner. She's up the left side of the floor. She's into the paint. Extends that arm, no push-off called. Here's Johnson. She drives to the right side of the lane. That floater up and good. 4 early points for Johnson. All 15 points from 3 players for the Badgers. Wadsworth skips it over to Love. From college range, she lines up a 3, no good. Shelburne crashes the offensive glass but gets whistled for a foul going through the body of Boabaj.
Griffins over their last 10 from the field. Going to have to find a way to get some shots. They're getting some open looks from three. If they can knock them down, they'll be right back in this game.
On the game, Gretna East 1 of 13, 0 of 4 from three. Contrast that with Bennington. The Badgers 6 of 8 overall, 3 of 4 from long range. It's their basketball right now in the backcourt. 2-1-2 full court pressure being applied. No problems for Bennington as they break that pretty easily. John lines up a three. That one long, rebounded by Frederick right in front of her own bench. Skip pass stolen by Reiner. Frederick probably forced that one. Now she's trapped by Reiner and Boabaj. She loses it again. Reiner makes the dish off to Boabaj, who finishes through contact and one. Backcourt turnovers, Tristan Gomez. For Gretna East, the team that wants to force those. They panic a little bit after the defensive rebounds, give Bennington a chance at the free throw line.
It's so hard because you're looking up at the clock knowing you only got 10 seconds to get it across, and you pick up your dribble in no man's land. You get trapped, and that's when the turnovers start to happen.
Boabaj misses the free throw. Frederick quickly into the front court, has that one knocked away. Good hand by Johnson to stop the fast break. It's 19-2 Badgers right now. Still 90 seconds to go in the first quarter. Love, the freshman for Gretna East to inbound. She gets it over to Frederick near the timeline. Frederick works with her left hand. Now brings it back to the right, back to the left to Love. Love puts it on the deck. She's dribbling around in the left slot. Tried to get that one down to Pfaff, but it's tipped at the point of attack by Boabaj. She's running the floor. Makes the extra pass down to Redmond. Layup no good. Reiner follows. Can't corral the rebound off of her hands, headed down to the Griffins' end.
Now we're seeing this full court man-to-man from Bennington. It's going to be crucial for the Griffins to slow it down. Don't get too sped up trying to get the ball across half right now.
They'll do it with some team effort as Love passes it off right now to Pfaff. Pfaff goes into the lane herself, finds Wadsworth relocating for a three. She lines it up off the backboard, no good. Love in the middle of the lane, push shot up and good. Second make of the game for the Griffins, who apply their own full court pressure. Redmond brings it across with her left hand, gets it over to Jackson. She's hit 1-3, misses her second attempt. Rebound by French. She's going to have to take this one herself as all her other options are covered up. Now Pfaff comes back to get it. Pfaff working back to the middle of the floor with her left hand. Being guarded by Redmond. Looking for Love. It's not there, so Pfaff maintains her dribble in front of the Bennington bench. She picks it up. She's swarmed. Here comes Reiner out of nowhere to force the tie-up. It'll stay with Gretna East.
There's no better way to explain it than swarmed. I mean, that's exactly what this Bennington defense does. You pick up your dribble, there's going to be someone there that's putting pressure on you. No easy passes going against the Badgers.
Pfaff did a lot of dribbling. Felt like she had a moment to pick it up, but none of her teammates were open. French to inbound. Gets it off to Shelburne. Shelburne dribbles east to west through the state of Nebraska. Now gets it over to French. She's in the coach's box line on the right side. Now to Love. Love to the right, behind the back with the left. Up through contact and stuffed. Gargano gets it at the rim. Paige Gargano with the block on Love. Here's Macy Reiner. Ball top of the key. Dribbling with her left hand to her right. Now with her right hand. She'll skip it over to Redmond. Has to get to it on the catch. 5 seconds on the game clock. Gretna East gets a steal. Wadsworth covers up the ball, and that is how the first half will end, with a scrum for a loose ball, no clear possession. At the end of one, Bennington leads Gretna East. It's 19-4 in favor of the Badgers. Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions, with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO, with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
17-4 right now in favor of Bennington. I thought they had 19 there for a minute. They wiped 2 off the board. I think they ended up giving a Gretna East bucket to both teams. Austin Ormond and Tristan Gomez with you. Right now, it's 19-4 Bennington as we begin the second quarter. Macy Reiner hit 2 threes early on for the Badgers. Jackson also hit 1 3. Made trifectas in the early going for Bennington. This looked like the more composed, under control team to this point.
100% for the Griffins. I mean, you're down early, but slow the game down. Don't get out of your game. Slow it down. Get back playing good defense and chip away.
Boabaj with it. Now it's Jackson down in the corner to Almquist. Gets it back top of the key to Reiner. She's knocked down 2 from long range. Looking at the rim this time. She'll take a couple dribbles between her legs. Now she'll back things back out. 15 on the shot clock. Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson penetrates right through the zone. Good closeout by Love on Jackson, who's lining up at 3. Gets it over to Bohabaj. 6 on the shot clock. She works to the elbow. Gets it out to Reiner. Sidestep and an extra hop shuffle. That's a travel on Reiner, headed to the Griffins after the turnover.
We're seeing that when the Griffins get into that half-court defense, it's tough to get buckets on. It's when the Badgers start to get out in transition that they're scoring pretty easily. If they can slow the game down on the defensive end, they'll get some more stops.
The offensive end has been a struggle. 2 field goals on 16 attempts for the Griffins. One of them a putback by Love. French handling. She gets left around. Reiner goes up into her body. Flip shot from the left hip. No good. French through contact. Count the basket and a foul. Bennington had 2 different players with a chance at that rebound. They tipped it out of each other's hands. It goes right back to French, who missed the initial one, did not miss on the follow-up.
French, the leading scorer for the Griffins. A bucket like that can really get you going. I think after she gets a bucket like that and one shooting the free throw, she might get going a little bit more.
Chance to set up the full court pressure after French knocks down the free throws. It's back to a 10-point game early second quarter. Long pass ahead, intercepted by Graver. Little bit of contact from Almquist. Graver does not earn the foul call. She'll find Shelburne laid across the timeline. Shelburne dribbling left. She's at the left elbow. Now French lines up a 3. That one got deflected. Graver comes up with the loose ball. She tries to throw it up through contact, and now Graver gets whistled for a foul, battling for that loose ball with Almquist. First team foul of the quarter on the Griffins. Only 2 free throws been shot in the early going so far. Up and down we go. 2 teams not afraid to play with some pace. Tristan, now if you're Gretna East, you're down by 10. It's great that you have players here in the backcourt, but the pressure's got to start affecting Bennington. Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen a few turnovers throughout this press, but the issue is when you're not getting back on defense during the press and they're getting those easy layups.
Bennington's handled it well to this point. Reiner working on the rock all the way to the paint, comes to a jump stop, flips it over to Johnson, who drives back right against the grain. Boabaj with it. She'll skip it to Reiner. Left wide open. She'll line up a 3. Knock that one down. Macy Reiner, 3 for 3 from long range.
She's on fire right now, and you've got to get a hand up in her face.
Here comes Gretna East. Love with it on the right wing after some passing. Shelburne slips the screen. Love had her for a moment, couldn't get to her. She gets it to Pfaff on the left wing instead, drives back right. Pfaff under duress, gets it now to LaRock, being guarded by John. LaRock dribbles middle of the floor. She's at the right elbow. She'll dump it down to Shelburne. Had it in the short corner. She backs it out. Goes to the spin move. Working on Johnson. Skip out to Love. Extra pass, Wadsworth from the college line. 3-ball up. Rattles around, no good. Rebound by Shelburne up through contact. Shelburne heads to the free throw line. A chance to shoot a pair.
That's one thing we saw last night. Pius did an unbelievable job of attacking the offensive glass. Had quite a few points coming off second chance points. So going with that, if you're the Griffins, find ways like Shelburne to get in there and get offensive rebounds.
Bennington leads in the rebound category 12-11 as Shelburne knocks down the first free throw. But 5 offensive rebounds have now led to 5 second chance points for the Griffins. Make it 6 after that free throw. Second free throw coming from Maddie Shelburne. Rattles around and out. 20-8 Bennington. Gretna East in full court press. Gargano picked up her dribble in a bad spot, but Boabaj bailed her out. Man-to-man defense now out of the Griffins. They morph back into that zone after the man-to-man full court press. Gargano has it. She'll shovel it off to John. Little jump shot in the lane, no good. French takes a bump, but secures the rebound. Finds Wadsworth. Wadsworth pushing ahead. She'll slow things up at the top of the key. Looking for a dribble handoff with Pfaff. There they complete it. Pfaff drives right to left, working on Gargano. Pfaff all the way into the lane, gets it to Shelburne. She'll pull up from the free throw line and knock that one down. 10-point game again. It's 20-10 Bennington. Jackson handling the ball 2-on-1 right now. Gets it to Gargano. Gargano shuffles it off to Bohabaj. Cross-court skip to the cutting John. John blew the layup. Great cut by number 34 in white and blue. Everything but the finish. Jump ball. Griffins basketball.
Bohabaj doing a good job of looking up the court, finding someone open. Gets it to John. John just misses the layup.
Really good job of running the floor and reading the defense there by John. He's a little frustrated with herself. He won't get many easier looks in transition than that. French has the ball to inbound against Bennington's pressure. Gets it over to Love. Love brings it up the left sideline with her left hand. She's crossing over every other dribble, guarded now by Jackson. Graver comes to set a screen. Love uses it, working on Gargano. Over to French, now to Frederick. Shelburne sets a screen. John covers up Frederick, who shovels it off now to Shelburne. Top of the key, thought about it, three, doesn't take it. Gets it to Graver on the give and go. Count the basket, Maddie Shelburne. Beautiful give and go basketball. The ball worked from side to side. It ends up in a layup and a chance for three.
Shelburne is establishing her presence in the paint, whether it's cutting, whether it's making a move on her own. And we've already seen her get to the line twice and knock down shots in the process.
5 points and 4 rebounds here in 10 minutes of work for Maddie Shelburne. Shelburne split her last trip to the free throw line. Only one attempt this time as she knocked down the layup. That one long. Gargano rebounds. Redmond works against pressure, dribbles right into Love. Now she's trapped. Now she's swarmed. 3 Griffins on 2 Badgers. Reiner lowered the shoulder and stepped out of bounds. They did her with the turnover. The Gretna East defense heats up the Badgers, and their leading player, Macy Reiner, for a turnover.
As much as the Badgers are trying to make the Griffins a little uncomfortable on the defensive end, the Griffins are staying right in there, putting the pressure on the Badgers.
It's an 8-3 third quarter to this point in favor of the Griffins. Here's Love dribbling the basketball with her left hand. Works it down to the left corner. She gets all the way to the rim. Floater up, no good. Shelburne crashes the glass, but Redmond controls for Bennington. No numbers, but Reiner's in attack mode. She's on the right wing. Skip pass down low to John. John through contact from Shelburne. Count the layup. Bennington back on the board, ending a 2+ minute scoring drought. Good take by Alexandra John, as now Graver beats Gargano off the dribble. Gets it ahead to Love, a little too strong. Love had some issues corralling it. She does now. Looking for French on the back cut. Can't get it there, so Frederick pops to help at the right slot. Frederick dribbles with her left. Right-handed spin move up and blocked. She's stuffed by Jackson. Here comes Reiner up the middle of the court to John. John takes a couple dribbles. She's into the paint. She kicks it back out to Reiner. Left wide open for 3. Doesn't take it. Gets it to Jackson. Now to Gargano. Extra pass Redmond. Drives baseline. Floater up. No good. 3 Badgers crash for the rebound, but Graver comes away with it. Graver looking over her head. Shelburne nearly had it taken away by Reiner. Now she's off to the races. Griffins have numbers if they want it. Shelburne strong into the paint. She kicks it out. Left corner. French 3 on the way. No good. Frederick crashes the offensive glass. Tips that one out of bounds. Ball goes back to the Badgers. Tristan, I think Shelburne could have looked over her other shoulder and said, hey, I can just drop step right to the rim. But she was in pass first mode. Never even gave the rim a second thought.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of tough. It's a tough decision when you're getting downhill and you don't want to make an out-of-control shot. But she hit a good jump stop, and then I think kind of forced it out to the corner instead of just spinning around and going for that wide-open layup.
22-12 in favor of Bennington right now. Just over 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Girls Class B state championship action. Reiner flashes to the middle of the floor to beat that press from Gretna East. She works all the way into the lane, kicks it out now to Johnson. Johnson to Jackson. Runner up strong. Fight for the rebound is controlled by Wadsworth. She'll cross it back, work her way to the middle of the floor. So many players comfortable enough handling the ball for Gretna East. They don't have to look for a point guard. Love wasn't ready for it. Wadsworth threw it at her knees. Love couldn't corral it. Gretna East gets a stop. They turn it right back over.
With 2:47 to go, it's going to be extremely important for the Griffins. Don't let the Badgers get on a run. We see how quick they can go out and score 8 to 10 points in 2 minutes. Find a way to slow it down, stay at this pace.
Reiner splits 3 Griffins on her own, but then stumbles. Lost the ball, trying to go a little too quick, left it right out of bounds. Back-to-back turnovers here in this game. French inbounding. Love face guarded by Redmond. So Shelburne pops. French wants the ball, wants to get it to her post. She does. Shelburne hustles the ball across midcourt. She's dribbling with her left hand, guarded right now by Almquist. Shelburne and friends both with 5 points of the 12 for Gretna East. Now it's LaRock with it in front of the Bennington bench. She'll drive with her left hand, get a foul called on Almquist. She and Shelburne got tied up. They get Almquist with a bump to the floor. Baseline out of bounds. Offense is right side for Gretna East. They trail it by 12. 2.5 to go, second quarter. Almquist, that was her third foul, so she'll take a seat. That's a starter for Bennington. More of a role player, not a huge scorer, but one of those dirty work lunch pail type players. Gretna East struggling to get it in now. They find Shelburne. Shelburne has it deep in the right corner. Lots of cutting going on from Gretna East. Love flips it up with her left hand, no good. Rebound by Jackson. She was trying to get it to Bohabaj. French thought that was for her. Looked like a safety meeting a slot receiver over the middle on that foul there on French, Tristan.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of a hospital pass you saw right there. Foul was called, thankfully, but yeah, both players seem to be fine after.
Up pretty quickly. Probably looked worse than it felt. You get both players going at a high speed like that. Never seen a Griffin in person in my life. Look over my shoulder, and for the first time, there one is. I always thought they were just a myth. What do I know?
Exactly, yeah. I don't know what it is with Gretna and their mythical creatures. You got the dragons, you got the griffins.
Maybe Gretna is just a land of fairy tales. Who's to say?
What's happening in Gretna?
But what's really real is that Macy Reiner is getting some medical attention over there in front of her bench. Looks like she got her knee skinned, likely when she took the tumble in front of the Gretna East bench. First horn has sounded. You get the 30 seconds to take care of this, and looks like Reiner's good to go. Got the gauze, got the wrap. She's back and ready to receive the inbound pass. 22-12 Bennington. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go, first half. Gretna East still in that 2-3 zone. Reiner doing a lot of dribbling right now. She's got it on the left wing. She dribbles toward the middle of the court, gets it to Bohabaj. Now over to Johnson, who takes it herself down the right lane line. She'll shovel it off to Bohabaj. That ball kicked by Gretna East. It'll be Bennington ball, baseline out of bounds, 20 seconds after the shot clock reset. A lot of dribble without a screen there, Tristan. Not necessarily the way to beat a zone defense.
No, absolutely not.
Bennington gets it in the right corner. Jackson fires up a three. That one's tipped by Wadsworth. Graver controls off the tip. She's flying ahead in transition. Finds LaRock. Swatted. Rejected. As John Baylor would say, putting a dent in the deck. Alexandra John says, no thank you. Get that out of here.
Absolutely no tough buckets going against this Badgers defense.
It is Gretna East basketball after the emphatic swat. Minute 45 to play, second quarter. Graver set to inbound for Gretna East. She's on our side of the baseline here. Verbal cue go to trigger it. She gets it into Love, guarded by Reiner. Love beats her to the cup. Up through contact, count the basket, and a foul. Justice Love, the freshman, knifes into the lane off the inbound pass, gets it to go off the glass.
Griffin's playing unbelievably well through contact. I believe that's the third and one we've seen of them already. Finding ways to get to the rim and even going through the contact to put it in and make it to the free throw line.
Couple of subs enter the game. It's Pfaff in, Frederick in, French and Wadsworth out for the Griffins. Fresh legs, put on some pressure. Should Love knock down the free throw. Gretna East 2-4 at the stripe today. Make it 2-5 after that one rattles out. Full court press, even off a miss. Bennington's handled it to this point. Bohabaj screams down the lane. She'll kick it out to John. Extra pass, Reiner. Thought about a three. She goes with the left. Kick out. Pass tipped by Graver. Now Johnson loses the handle. Up with it is Love. She controls in transition to Graver running the floor. Tough angle on that layup out of bounds. Good hustle by Bennington to knock that one away. Credit Bohabaj for that hustle.
2-3 stones starting to pay off for the Griffins. When they get back into that defense, like I said, they play very hard and make it tough for Bennington to get any easy looks.
That leading scorer, Taryn French, re-enters the game for Gretna East here on offense. Graver to inbound again. They run a similar action with Love. Looking now for French. Fresh into the game. They find Love posted up and down low. Love's little hook shot from the baseline rattles around and out. That would have cut it to 6. It's 22-14. Bennington leads it by 8. Bohabaj with the ball in the right slot. Looks down low. That pass tipped away by Shelburne. Looking for John. Never had a chance. Graver and Love play some pitch and catch to get the ball across half court. Love slows things down. Looks for Shelburne down low. John there on the catch to knock it away. Shelburne recovers, gets it back to Love. Now to Graver. Graver drives down the middle of the paint. That one up through contact. Graver gets the bounce. 2-possession game, under a minute to go. Reiner long skip. That one's intercepted by Graver. She's going 1-on-3. Lost control. Kicks it to French. Extra pass. Love lines up the corner three. That one's long. Graver tips it. Can't get the offensive rebound. John controls it for Bennington. 30 seconds on the game clock. 28 seconds on the shot clock. Another long pass gets through, but just barely for Bennington. Reiner all set to hold for the final shot of the half. About a 2.1 second differential between game and shot clock. Reiner shovels it off to Boabaj. She's setting a screen for Jackson. Jackson with it right wing over to John. John looking for Reiner right wing. She drives middle of the paint. Free throw line jumper up and long. No good. Rebounded by Johnson. Her shot up, no good. French control. She'll take 2 dribbles. She'll have to heave it off the top of the backboard and no good. After Gretna East trailed it by 13 at the half, they enter the break down just 6 points. It's 22-16. Bennington on top of Gretna East. Come back with us for the second half of the Class B Girls State Championship game on 93.7 The Ticket.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com. State high school basketball coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena is proudly sponsored by Peru State College, Nebraska's first college helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. At Peru State College, you'll find affordable tuition, a close-knit community, and flexible programs designed to fit your goals. Whether you plan to compete in college athletics or get involved across campus, Peru State helps you reach your full potential in the classroom and beyond. Pursue your potential at Peru State College. Learn more about programs, scholarships, and book your campus visit at peru.edu.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill welcomes out-of-towners to Lincoln for state high school basketball and congratulates your schools on making it to the tournament. Your local bar is comfortable and you know the regulars. Find that experience at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, where it's a small-town feel with lots of space. Big groups are more than welcome, so come on by before or after your team plays to experience great food, great drinks, and great times, all at Big Ten Sports Bar and Grill, downtown at 10th and P. Parents deal with a lot of what-ifs. What if my child gets a scholarship? What if they don't? What if they go to college? Or what if they pursue a trade? Nest 529 makes it easy to save for higher education costs, so you're always prepared for life's what-ifs. Learn more at nest529.com/hoops. Check with your home state to learn if it offers tax or other benefits for investing in its own 529 plan. Investment products are not FDIC insured, may lose value, no bank guarantee. General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Just about 5 minutes to go before the second half resumes here in the Class B Girls State Championship game. Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you. It's Bennington on top of Gretna East, 22-16 at the half. Tristan, let's go ahead and start with the leading Badgers. They get off to a 17-4 spurt in the first quarter, keyed by one of the best players in the state, Macy Reiner.
Yeah, absolutely. Macy Reiner was unbelievable, knocking down 3 3-pointers in that first half. And it looked like it was going to be all Bennington from there. You know, they were pushing the ball out in transition. Gretna East didn't really have a great, answer to it. And then finally, Gretna East was able to get back into that defense.
A 17-4 first period for Bennington turned into a 12-5 second quarter in favor of Gretna East. The Badgers went the final 4 minutes and 5 seconds without scoring in the first half. 5 turnovers in the last 6.5 minutes, just one of their last 9 from the floor. And Tristan, that's really what we've seen from Gretna East through these first 2 games at state, is they've got good size, not quite as big as Bennington. They've got good players, maybe no one quite on Reiner's level at this point yet. But what has Gretna East been able to do? They've been able to stay within arm's distance of so many teams, and then they have that big run to get back within a possession, and then they'll take their chances with it from there. The way this game has gone has kind of been the way it's gone for Gretna East. Now, it had never spiraled out of control to a 13-point deficit like it did in the first quarter here today. But when you face a team like Bennington, that can happen. But I think this has gone pretty much to script from about the midpoint of the first quarter on for Gretna East.
Yeah, absolutely. Gretna East forcing 12 turnovers. We're talking turnovers. Usually Bennington is the team that forces teams to get uncomfortable and make bad decisions with the ball. Gretna East did a great job in that second quarter of putting the pressure on. They were in a full court press that I think Bennington, as much as they want to get out and just start running, they were making some long passes that ended up getting intercepted by the Griffins. And I think that's going to be the key for Gretna East in this second half is don't let Bennington get out in transition, trust your full court press, and know you can get back into that zone.
Gretna East 7 of 31 in the first half. They take 9 more shots from the floor than Bennington does, but make 2 fewer. The Griffins also 0 of 9 from 3, whereas the Badgers are 4 of 8, led by 3 makes from Reiner. Bennington leads in the rebounding category 23-18, but 6 offensive rebounds have led to 8 second chance points for the Griffins. We'll go to break. We'll be back in just about 2 minutes. Get you ready for the second half of this incredible girls Class B state championship game. It's Bennington leading Gretna East 22-16. Second half next on the ticket.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
At Doane University, we build leaders, and that means your success and achievements come first. Now is the time to get a glimpse into living and learning at Doane University through a personalized in-person or virtual visit. We know once you experience Doane, you'll see why it's a place where you can achieve your goals and shape your future. Schedule your personal campus visit today at doane.edu/visit.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Just a couple brief moments away from second half action at Pinnacle Bank Arena. 4 state championships in the books. 1.5 more to go. At the half in Class B, it's Bennington leading Gretna East 22-16. Gretna East was here at state last year. They have yet to win a state championship in their young history. Bennington, also a little bit younger as a school. They've been to state 8 times as a girls program. They were also here last year, but no championship. So big moment for both of these schools. As we mentioned, a 17-4 first quarter made it look like it was the Badgers' game to lose, but Gretna East down just 2 possessions right now as Reiner is set to inbound to Boabaj to begin the second half. I'm Austin Norman. To my left, Tristan Gomez. Excited to be with you. Excited and grateful to all our sponsors who make our coverage of these state tournaments possible here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here we go. 16 minutes left for one of these two teams to claim their first state championship. Jackson with the ball. Gets it back to Boba. She dribbles top of the key. Uses a screen from Almquist. Gets middle of the lane. Shot up. No good. Tipped out by Johnson. Jackson tracks it down. Finds Reiner near the timeline. Fresh 35 for the Badgers. Reiner got the party started early for the Badgers. Forces a pass through traffic. Johnson comes away with it. Hits the fall away mid-ranger. Badgers on the board first in the third.
Taylor Johnson has kind of been the unnamed player for this Bennington Badgers team all season long. She's always finding ways to get her own buckets. It's usually the Macy Reiner and Boba show, but she is finding ways to get some points for her own.
Love telegraphs a pass up ahead of the court that Johnson couldn't corral for a steal. So it's Griffin's basketball in front of their own bench. Little zone look from Bennington right now as that ball's tipped. Shelburne ends up with it. She dumps it down to French in the corner. Down to Wadsworth. She could have looked at the rim, didn't do it. Shelburne spins, got that one tipped, lost it on the way up, and now Reiner tips it again. Block shot. Reiner with it. She's working against Wadsworth. Reiner comes to a stop. Her pass to Boabaj, deflected. Boabaj splits a trap. Numbers for Bennington. Dump down low to Almquist. Extra pass to Johnson. She drives baseline righty floater up, no good off the rim, but Almquist there for the putback. She left it short. 2 Badgers fly in for the rebound, but all Pfaff could do is tip that one out of bounds. So Bennington gets a baseline out of bounds call a minute into the third quarter. It's Boabaj to key it in. Looking for Reiner in the mid-range. Deep 2 now after a step back. Macy Reiner knocks that one down.
Macy Reiner is one of the best jump shots in the state. That one just toe on the line, but otherwise she has been knocking shots down.
First for the second half to the Badgers. Zone look again from them. They're going a 1-3-1 or 1-2-2 sort of hybrid. Pfaff, right wing. Bodied by Reiner. Gets it to Wadsworth. Overhead skip pass to Love. Extra pass to French. He'll fire up a 3 from the left wing. Off back iron. No good. Boabaj tries to beat the pressure herself, has her pocket picked by French. Shelburne and Almquist to the floor, but that's up to Reiner. Now Johnson right side off to Boabaj. She drives, Euro step through Wadsworth, who got a hand on that ball, but stands there and looks at it, bounces right to Reiner. High arcing shot off the glass, no good. Now Shelburne tied up. She hits the deck hard. She draws a foul. Little scary there for Shelburne, Tristan. I thought her knee got a little twisted around, but she's up and walking, no problem.
Yeah, thankfully she's all right there. Got a little physical. Both of these teams playing really hard defense, and no ball is safe. Each team going for that jump ball, going for the steal at all times.
Bennington scored the first 4 points here of the third quarter. Just shy of 2 minutes in. At 1-2-2 extended pressure now into a 1-3-1 as Reiner doing it herself to get a tip, but Gretna each controls it. Shelburne gets to the paint. Makes the extra pass to LaRock, just a little bit too strong. Out of bounds off of LaRock, back to the Badgers.
Shelburne looked like she had a good look at the hoop right there. Decided to go for the pass. I think at times you just get a little sped up or you think someone's open too quick and you kind of second guess yourself.
If you're Shelburne, you're the scorer there, not LaRock. Reiner dribbles into a trap at half court. She has the ball poked away for a moment. There's a scrum on the floor. Jump ball. That one's headed the other way. Tie up forced by Gretna East. Griffins get it right back after their turnover. Macy Reiner commits the cardinal sin, Tristan, of dribbling all by herself into a trap just beyond half court.
Absolutely, and then picking up the dribble right there with nowhere to go, and the Griffins did a good job of making her feel uncomfortable.
Reiner keying the top of that zone now for Bennington. Graver, skip pass to French. Had a hard time controlling it, but she does. Love back to French, now left wing. Overhead skip to Love. She'll make the extra to LaRock. She looks down to Graver, fakes the drop step, gets it to Shelburne, takes a dribble up, kind of forced that one up. Graver now in good offensive rebounding position, but Almquist forces a tie-up. This one is headed to the Badgers. Tristan, a good look for Shelburne, maybe more open than she thought. She really rushed that one.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like both teams, they're getting the ball near the hoop and kind of have an open look, but they're trying to find that next pass instead of turning to the rim or just slowing it down. That's a shot that Shelburne easily makes if she slows herself down.
Jackson to Boabaj to Reiner. Boabaj cuts through. Reiner's doing it herself. Now it's to Jackson. Now Reiner, middle of the court. Run and jump trap comes. She beats LaRock and Love off the dribble. Reiner gets it out to Jackson, who fires up a 3. No good. Rebound Boabaj, middle of the paint. Nearly had another tie-up. Boabaj lost it off her knee. French comes away with it out of the pile for a moment. Now it's Love. Love about to be trapped by 2 Badgers if she's not careful. She tight ropes the sideline, drives into the lane, comes to a jump stop. That ball kicked out of bounds. Officials have to determine. They talked to a couple of them. And off the tip, it's ruled it went out of bounds off of LaRock. Yet to see a replay. Tristan, I did think that went off of LaRock in real time. Bennington got a hand on it. It appeared to be another redirect into that Griffins bench.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reiner works a little bit backwards now to Jackson. Right back to Reiner. She snakes right to left. Dribbling back now to the top of the key. Skips it over to Johnson. Johnson looking for a cutting Boabaj. Not there. She'll get it out to Jackson now, right slot. Boabaj resets middle of the floor. Reiner's prancing around from the high post back to the wing. Now she cuts middle. Boabaj with it, didn't see her. Johnson, you have to get this one up. 3 seconds on the shot clock. She finds Boabaj, who cans the corner triple. 7-0 spurt to start the second half for Bennington. It's 29-16 Badgers. Now Graver to Love off the skip. Back to French. Gretna East was down 13 after one. They're down 13 again. Shelburne, French, Love, Graver into the body of John. She goes up. John walls her up and blocks it. Foul on the floor, headed to the Badgers. Buzz really starting to build for the Badgers.
100%. This is exactly what Gretna East did not want, is the Badgers getting in a rhythm on the offensive end and then getting some stops on the defensive end. For the Griffins, all it is about is just getting back comfortable on your offense, getting to Shelburne downhill. She's done a really good job when she's gotten into the paint.
4:03 to play in the third quarter. Bennington leads Gretna East 29-16. Media timeout. We'll be back in 60 on the ticket.
Attention, Nebraska sports fans. Are you ready to take your skills to the next level? The Army National Guard is looking for leaders who are dedicated, driven, and ready to make a difference. Join up and gain invaluable experience while serving your country with a flexible schedule, competitive benefits, and a chance to build a strong future. Learn more at nationalguard.com/Nebraska. Live here, serve here. The Nebraska Army National Guard. Guard the good life. General Excavating has been a leading underground utilities contractor for nearly 40 years, and they're growing. General Excavating is hiring for more than 50 positions with offices in Lincoln, Omaha, Sioux Falls, and Cheyenne. Positions range from senior project managers to superintendents, utilities foremen, heavy equipment operators, journeyman plumbers, field mechanics, and more. They offer competitive wages, benefits, and PTO with a culture built on the importance of safety. Apply today at generalexcavating.com or call 402-467-1627 for more information.
Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
29-16, Bennington leads Gretna East. Girls Class B state championship game here on the ticket. Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you. 12 minutes to go, a 13-point lead for Bennington. Restored the entirety of what they had after the first quarter. Gretna East, Tristan, has yet to score just about 4 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're 0 for 10 from three. So what that means is they need to find a way to get the ball inside and don't force shots. There's been a few that they forced and some open shots they haven't taken.
Boa Baj just hit a three. She brings it into the front court alongside Reiner. Dribbling with the left hand, Reiner finds John underneath the hoop. Turnaround is good. 31-16 Bennington. Gretna East needs an answer quick. Bennington's gone at 1-3-1. Gretna East gets it to Shelburne. Graver, extra pass, LaRock. She's fouled. Raked across the arms by Boa Baj. They will give LaRock credit for going up to shoot that one. Tristan, I thought that LaRock was trying to jump into her jump stop on the catch. I didn't see the arms quite going up like that.
Yeah, I did not see a shot going up, but if you're the Griffins, you'll take it. Still yet to score in this second half of play. Hopefully you can get on the board here.
With a banked free throw. We'll give you credit for the positive announcers jinx on that one, breaking the scoreless 5-minute and 17-second stretch, or 4-minute, 17-second stretch from the Griffins. LaRock, no assistance needed on that one. 2-2 at the free throw line. French comes in for Love. The freshman point guard really struggling from the floor today. 4 points on just 2 of 10 shooting with 3 turnovers. Boa Baj gets it to Jackson. Now over to Reiner. French just a moment late, not quite in the position that she needed to be in to draw an offensive foul. So it's a blocking foul on French. That's her third personal foul. A big one, Tristan. That's Gretna East's leading scorer on the season and the leading scorer in the game right now with 5 points.
Yeah, now the Gretna East coaching staff has a tough decision to make. Do you leave her in for the rest of this third quarter? Do you take her out and just have her get back in here in the fourth quarter? It seems like they're going to leave her in, though.
French, one of the players up top of this 2-1-2 zone for Gretna East. Boa Baj gets it off to John. John to Reiner, right slot. Reiner overhead to Johnson. Really had to go get that one. Boa Baj with it back to Johnson. She'll take a dribble, get it back to Boa Baj. She hit a three from a similar spot. She's trying to drive through contact. Gets whistled for a travel. Good defense there by Lily Frederick. Stood Boa Baj right up, forced her to take the extra step.
We've seen Boa Baj do that a few times where she split 2 defenders. Right there, Gretna East did a really good job of containing her right there, making her have to take an extra step and draw a travel.
Love back into the ball game right now for Gretna East. She gets the inbound from French. 1-2-2 zone look, three-quarter court from Bennington. Now back to a 1-3-1. Ball's not sticking for Gretna East. They break it easily. Frederick takes a three from the right corner. That one's good. 5 points in a row now for Gretna East. They're back within 10. Bobosh working to get open. She gets the inbound pass from Redmond. Nearly dribbled into a trap, didn't do it. She gets it into the front court now with Jackson. Jackson guarded by French. Over to Johnson. Johnson back to Bobosh, top of the key. Guarded by French with those 3 fouls. Passed off now to Frederick, right slot, and backed out by Bobosh. Bobosh checks the cutter. Redmond not there. Gets it now to Jackson. No Macy Reiner in the game for Bennington. Jackson, 5 points on the day, gets it down to John. She finds a cutting Redmond, circling everybody, walled up by Shelburne. Layup no good. Good defense by 35 in black and gold. She splits some defenders all the way to the paint, makes the kick out. Love fires up a 3 ball. That's good. 3-point basket. Justice Love, and Gretna East is back within 7. Have a stoppage right now as Gretna East head coach Wade Poulter chatting with the officials about something. The official telling him, "We got it, coach. Slow your roll, pump the brakes a little bit." Coach Coulter tells his assistant, Logan Hawley, Lincoln Lutheran's finest, he's got this. It's under control. Little conversation here between our officials. One of them's headed to the scorer's table. Figure out that conversation's about here at some point. Reiner back in the game for Bennington. Brief breather. She goes to a knee. Gretna East wants a travel. Reiner thought she kept the dribble alive going down to the floor. The officials seem to agree. Might have been a little incidental foot contact along the sideline there, Tristan. Weird situation, but importantly for Bennington, they're able to call the timeout and retain the possession.
Yeah, an interesting play call. I mean, I thought it was going to be called a foul, but I think Reiner did, continue her dribble as she went to the ground, and probably a good timeout by Coach O'Connor right there.
Got it off just in time as Reiner tried to get rid of that basketball. We want to thank our friends at Peru State College. They're proud to sponsor State Hoops coverage from Pinnacle Bank Arena. As Nebraska's first college, helping students excel on and off the court for more than 150 years. Learn more about Peru State College's programs and book your campus visit today at peru.edu. Bennington had stretched the lead out to 13 points again. Gretna East has now crawled back to within 7. A couple free throws, a layup, and a three-pointer from Love, who's now the leading scorer on the game for the Griffins, has them back within a touchdown. 8-0 run for the Griffins over just the last 90 seconds. The spurt ability, Tristan, we talked about the run early in the state tournament. It was the run to give them the lead. Today it's a run just to crawl back in and give themselves a chance.
100%. Right here, it's just continuing the defense that you're playing right now that gave you, you chipping back way into this deficit.
Reiner inbounds from right where she slipped before. Bobosh gets it across into the front court. Tries to shovel it off to Reiner. Now she does. 2-1-2 zone. What the Griffins have played all day. Reiner with a skip pass to Bobosh. Thought about the extra pass, didn't make it. Johnson working on Lily Frederick. That one goes out of bounds off the foot of Graver. Really simultaneous contact there between Graver and Gargano. Officials rule that it's Badger basketball. 7 on the shot clock for the Badgers to work with. Bobosh looking in. She gets it out to Jackson. Jackson doesn't know what time's on the shot clock. Bobosh has it. Pass at the buzzer. Miss everything. A shot clock violation forced by Gretna East. Their 8-0 run continues. A chance to cut even further into the 7-point deficit.
A really good defensive stand there by the Griffins, finding a way to continue this run that they're on and not giving the Badgers any easy looks.
Graver handles the press break herself, dribbling all the way. French kicks it to her back in the left corner. Graver looks it down low, not sure where that pass was going. Love follows up off the tip by Bennington. Gretna East will have a chance with that one baseline out of bounds. A little bit of a predetermined read there from Graver, like a player was supposed to be there, but no one was home.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of the tough thing is when you need to just slow down. You're expecting a cutter right there, but you want to make sure you're making the right pass and a good pass along with that.
Minute 25 to go, third quarter. It's Bennington by 7. Love hit a 3 from that spot before. She passes it up. It's back with French, now back to Love in that corner. Love working off a double screen, looking down low to Shelburne. Shelburne going to work left block, skipped it over to French, puts it on the deck, driving on Reiner with the left hand, scoop shot up and good. 5-point game, 31-26, a minute to go, third quarter. 10-0 run for Gretna East. French nearly whistled for her 4th foul, but instead, Bennington gets it across. Johnson thought about the answer. Jackson lines up a 3 from right in front of us and drains it. What a way to end the Griffins' run. A three-pointer from Jackson, her second of the contest. It's back to an 8-point lead. Love thinks about answering, doesn't do it. French awaits the screen from Shelburne. Almost had her pocket picked by Reiner. French now guarded by Almquist. Puts it over her head, gets it to Love right in front of her bench. 11-second differential. Shot and game clock. We're under 30 to play in the third quarter. Love gets it up to Graver at the top of the key. Graver driving right. Johnson reached in. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Johnson a little too aggressive with the body and the arm bar just too far across.
Yeah, I like the pressure defense right there. No reason to reach, though. You can tell that the Griffins weren't really getting a good look. Ball was kind of stagnant. No reason to reach in right there.
Hayden Jackson, junior guard, came up big just a moment ago for Bennington. Hit a three to break a scoring drought and push Bennington back up 8. Gretna East has the ball. 15 seconds to go, third quarter. Griffins trail it by 8. Game clock gets down to 10. Shelburne drives, loses the handle out of bounds. Great defense there by Almquist. Badgers ought to have the final shot of the third, up by 8. Wave of defenders come in now for Gretna East. Tristan still in a good opportunity for the Griffins to potentially get a shot if they're able to force a turnover here with their full court press.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay with this full court press, put some pressure on it. Don't allow the Badgers on the other end to get a good shot.
Soabaj taking it all herself to Reiner. She lines up a top of the key three and buries it. Macy Reiner just ahead of the third quarter buzzer. Back-to-back three-pointers to end the third frame has the Bennington Badgers back up in front by double digits. 37-26, Bennington leads Gretna East. 8 minutes to play. Both schools looking for their first state championship in program history. Fourth quarter straight ahead on the ticket.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls' state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's Bennington out in front of Gretna East by 11, 37-26. 8 minutes to go in the Class B season. I'm Austin Norman. He is Tristan Gomez. Tristan, it's an 11-point lead for Bennington, who's felt like they've had pretty good control of this game the whole way. They teetered there for a moment. Gretna East cut the lead to 5, but back-to-back threes by Hayden Jackson and Macy Reiner re-extended the lead to double digits here entering the fourth.
Absolutely. The Griffins are doing such a good job of finding a way to get back into this, getting it into single digits, and then you just see how quickly the Badgers can knock down 2 threes and get back into a double-digit lead.
Gretna East basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. Griffins have had plenty of postseason success in their school's young history. No state title to show for it yet in girls basketball. Graver has it left wing, gets it to Love. Love 7 points on the day over to French. Leading scorer for the Griffins, steps back, doesn't take it. It's Graver working now to Shelburne. Shelburne into the lane, comes to a jump stop, turnaround jumper, up strong. Shelburne follows her own miss, gets it out to Love. Thought about the three. Extra pass Graver, extra pass French. French lost the handle, but corrals it in front of her own bench, gets it to Love. Shot clock reset, got 25 seconds left for the Griffins. Shelburne doesn't shoot many threes. She takes that one, no good. Reiner had no idea where that was, so French comes up with an easy offensive rebound. Into Wadsworth on the duck in. Wadsworth goes to work with the drop step, flings it up wildly, no good. Bunch of attempts early on for Gretna East, as on the other end, here's Hayden Jackson. She's blocked by French, but a foul with the body. That's foul number 4 on Taryn French for Gretna East.
It's going to be extremely important for French. The rest of this fourth quarter is just finding a way to play solid defense. She's so impressive on the offensive end, and the Griffins are going to need her if they want to cut into this deficit.
Playing in the zone, Tristan, you would think would be one way to maybe save some fouls. French has played both up top and down low in that 2-1-2 zone. Complicating matters slightly is the full court pressure that Gretna East applies constantly and will need to apply to get back into this game. Putting her maybe at more risk of a foul, maybe move her into the backcourt and try to steal some free safety type interceptions here. Both free throws are good. Bennington back up by 13, largest lead of the game, 15 for the Badgers to this point. Shelburne looked for Graver on the dribble handoff. Bennington denies it. Now it's with French being guarded by Reiner. Graver comes and gets it from French. Shelburne going to work. She drives left down the lane. Kicks it out to French. French working on Reiner. Reiner's all over it. French nowhere to go. She'll hand it back off to Shelburne. On the switch now working on Reiner. Shelburne to French. Deep 3-8 on the shot clock. That one's no good. Two Badgers fight for the rebound. Boabaj comes away with it. She's dribbling quickly with that right hand. Now intercepted by Graver. Telegraphed it. Reiner's playing 2-on-1 defense. Gretna East goes up. Layup no good from Love. Graver there to stick it back. Gretna East on the board in the fourth. 1-2-2 full court pressure applied. Reiner handles against Love. He gets the middle of the floor. Splits three. Griffins loses the handle. Shelburne up with it. Ahead and open. No one between Wadsworth and the basket. Righty layup up and good. 9-point game. Timeout Bennington. 4 quick points out of Gretna East. 90 seconds into the fourth quarter. It's Bennington up by 9. Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you. We'll step aside for 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "You have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
39-30, Bennington on top of Gretna East here in the fourth quarter. The lead had gotten stretched to 13 points for the Badgers, but Tristan, more turnovers forced by the Griffins. They've been able to convert, most recently a scoop and score bucket by Wadsworth to cut it to 9.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the aggression out of this Badgers offense that makes them so good, but also can lead to those turnovers. And the Griffins doing a good job in this fourth quarter of leading those turnovers to buckets.
Here comes Boabaj working against Wadsworth right now. She steps through. That one stolen by Shelburne. Turnovers back-to-back by Boabaj. Love goes up, rolls around and out. Foul called on Macy Reiner. Boabaj with 2 of the last 3 turnovers for Bennington right now. Really good aggression, good read by the wings on these Gretna East defenders, knowing exactly where Boabaj wants to go with the ball, and she's not crossing back over middle.
Yeah, it's been a combination of Reiner and Boabaj taking care of the ball, and Boabaj, I think, just trying to break this press break just a little too quick. She's trying to get out of her side of the floor and get over to the offensive end, but she's making some pretty risky passes.
Love's first free throw is good. 8-point game, just under 6 to go. Love, a freshman. She's the second leading scorer for this Gretna East team entering the state tournament. A little bit of side spin on that free throw, but it's true. 7-point game. Reiner guarded now by Frederick. Now by Love. She dribbles into that trap, has it taken away. Frederick to Love. Love up through contact with the left, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds off the hand of Pfaff. Bennington basketball. 4 straight sketchy possessions with turnovers for Bennington. They can't convert that one. The Griffins cannot. It remains a 7-point game.
Bennington just needs a little bit more movement as they're trying to break this press. A lot of people are just standing in the same spot waiting for something to happen.
Redmond gets a crack at breaking the press now. She goes through contact, lost it for a second, but a reach-in foul called on Love. Probably reach. Not a lot of contact, but just enough to draw the foul. Love peers up to the scoreboard, trying to get a look at that replay. Bennington inbounds from the same spot. Reiner says, I'll come take this one. She's looking middle, gets it back now to Jackson, who inbounded it. Right back to Reiner. Reiner draws 2, ahead and open to Jackson. Cut off by Frederick. Now it's Reiner. She takes it to the middle of the floor. Reiner looking for the skip, doesn't have it, just to Boabaj. Boabaj threw it away. I was wide open. Unfortunately for Bennington, I'm not on the court. 5 turnovers now in the last minute 40 forced by the Griffins. They're on a 6-0 run to cut it down to 7. Here's Frederick. Dribbles right around Boabaj. She recovers. Frederick picks up her dribble, gets it to Shelburne, left wing. Shelburne looks down to Graver. Graver up through contact, and she's fouled by Johnson. Lainey Graver to the free throw line. A chance to make this a 2-possession game with 5 minutes and a quarter to play.
Feels like this whole fourth quarter, the Griffins have had possession of the ball, and even when the Badgers got it to their own end of the floor, really looked like they had no rhythm on offense. We see another turnover, and now the Griffins are back at the free throw line.
4th foul on Johnson. She subs out. She's replaced by Almquist. To your point, Tristan, Gretna East is now 2 of 8 from the floor here in this fourth quarter. They're now 3 of 3 at the free throw line. On the flip side, Bennington hasn't attempted a shot on this end of the court. They've only gotten points at the free throw line with 1 trip. Both free throws good. 5-point game, 5 to play. Reiner over top to Johnson, nearly taken away by Shelburne. Again, they're half court. Disaster averted for the moment for Bennington. Wadsworth a little late to sub in. She'll sit at the scorer's table. Boabaj to Jackson. She'll fire up a long 3, no good. John grabs the rebound underneath the hoop, no good. LaRock controls. Griffins with numbers. LaRock all the way down the lane to Pfaff, who lost the handle. Jackson quickly ahead now to Almquist. Almquist tried to get it to Reiner, couldn't do it. Now here comes Jackson down the lane, stuffed by Graver. Lainey Graver with the swat in transition, saving 2 points. That's the first field goal attempt of the quarter for the Badgers. They'll get a crack at another one here at the baseline out of bounds.
Griffin's defense is becoming absolutely unrelentless in this fourth quarter.
They get it to Reiner, lob play in the middle. She goes up with it and knocks it down. No better place to go when you need a bucket than Macy Reiner. 7-point advantage once again for the Badgers. Here's Graver. She's in attack mode. She'll stop in the fingernail. Timeout, Wade Coulter and Gretna East. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds to Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Bennington snapped a long run from Gretna East with a bucket by Macy Reiner. Reiner on the day, the game's leading scorer with 16 points. She's got the Badgers of Bennington up by 7. Their first state title, 4 minutes and 28 seconds away. Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you. Tristan, as we talked about, though, Gretna East doing just enough to hang around. Is there enough gas in the tank for one final push?
I think so. I mean, we've seen it all tournament long. They did it last night against Norris. This is exactly where the Griffins want to be.
Graver receives the inbound pass. Love now being guarded by Boabaj, who has it taken away. Boabaj forces a turnover on Love. Finds Reiner streaking down the court. She's bodied in transition. She'll go to the foul line. Great hands by Boabaj guarding on the ball. Good job by Reiner to run the floor.
Really good pass there by Boabaj. We've seen her make a few risky ones. That was a good one where she gave it up to Reiner, the leading scorer for the Badgers. And Reiner goes up, and now she's shooting 2.
Reiner hit the previous bucket. She cans the free throw. 8-point Badger advantage. Gretna East fans behind us. Bennington fans right in front of us. Half the arena on its feet, as loud as could be. Half the arena standing in somber silence. Reiner 2 for 2 at the line. Full court pressure applied by Bennington. Frederick finds Graver. She looks middle for Shelburne. Shelburne has the one-on-one with John. She kicks it to French on the left wing. French brings it to the right, now back to left. Dribble handoff to Shelburne. She wants the matchup on John. Goes right into her chest. Pirouettes into the lane. Gets the layup to drop. Shelburne for 2. She's got 7. Risky pass nearly stolen by French, but Boabaj has it across the timeline. Boabaj dribbles all the way to the right wing. Reiner thought about a 3. She'll drive to the left elbow. Dump it off for Jackson. Jackson over Boabosh, now right wing. Frederick pressuring her out near the timeline, now over to Reiner. Reiner skipped past to Jackson. She's dangerous from beyond the arc. Boabosh has a step and took a step. Didn't put the basketball down. Turnover number 6. Make that 7 now on the 6 on the Badgers. That was right the first time in the fourth quarter alone. 7-point ball game. Love to inbound. Shelburne to get it. What a luxury, Tristan, for Gretna East to not need to run the game through its guards. Having posts like Shelburne and Graver who can handle against some of this pressure, really nice to have.
Absolutely. And you're in a position now where you have French, who has knocked down a 3, and she's been scoring, but then also Shelburne getting inside and knocking down some baskets. I think that's going to be key for the Griffins as they continue getting back into this deficit, is taking good shots because you have the players that can knock them down.
The efficiency number is not pretty for Gretna East, yet they're still down just 7 points with 3.5 to play. Shelburne to Graver, right wing. Graver looks down low for French, can't get it there. She checks Frederick on the drive. Now Graver takes it into her own hands, working on Jackson. Gets it out to Love. Hit a 3 from that spot before, round and out. John the rebound. Flips it off to Boabosh. She's going to try to split some Griffins. Gets the benefit of the doubt with the whistle. Foul called on Frederick.
Boabosh does that a few times where she tries to split the defenders. It's led to quite a few of these turnovers by the Badgers, but right there, Griffins just get a little too handsy.
It's a risk-reward proposition because for every time that you can split the trap and create a numbers advantage, we've seen Badgers players fall down or lose the ball if they don't get the benefit of the doubt with the whistle. Boabosh gets it to Jackson, middle of the floor, now over to Reiner. Reiner overhead skip to Boabosh. She flies by Shelburne. Shelburne out to Jackson on the wing. Jackson tried to step into 3, didn't take it. Over to Reiner. She fakes with the right. Now dribble to her right. Skip over to Hayden Jackson. She can knock these down. She lines it up, no good. 2 Badgers in position for the rebound. John comes away with it. Fresh 35. Reiner dribbles left around Frederick. Dribbles all the way from the right wing to the left corner. She'll skip it to John. John looks down low to Jackson, wasn't there. Reiner takes a 3, knocks it down. Macy Reiner again.
Macy Reiner is stone cold right now. She cannot miss from the 3-point line.
Lead back up to 10 for Bennington. 2.5 minutes to go. Boabosh pressuring Frederick with the ball. Frederick finds Graver. Timeout, Gretna East, though inbound from right in front of us. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. Bennington up 10.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Austin Orman, Tristan Gomez with you, Pinnacle Bank Arena. Harrison Arns holding down the fort at 1040 O Street. 2 minutes, 18 seconds left in the girls Class B state championship game. Bennington leads Gretna East. It's 46-36. Gretna East just took a timeout. They've got 3 remaining. They've committed 4 fouls right now, Tristan. Notable because the next foul has Bennington in the bonus. Shelburne comes to initiate the offense. Being guarded by John. Wadsworth set a screen for Love. Leading scorer on the day for the Griffins. Love gets to the mid-range. Gets it over to French. Crosses over on Reiner. Thought about the step back. Doesn't take it. Now Graver. Trying to beat Johnson to the spot. She'll take the floater in the lane and knock it down. Laney Graver for 2. Bennington back within 8. 2 minutes to play. 1-3-1 trap applied. Now Reiner tried to step through the trap, but before she was allowed to do so, Coach O'Connor takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here. 8-point game, 1:51 to go. Feels like a big bucket by Grainer there, Tristan, to keep Gretna East in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. A huge bucket. I mean, you're down 10. You get that bucket back, bring it back to single digits, and now it's going to be so important. Bennington going to be in the bonus on the next foul, so you don't want to foul too early right now. You want to play some hard defense. You've been getting some steals, forcing some turnovers, and it's just coming from the pressure. It's not coming from the reach-ins or anything like that. It's just the pressure forcing the Badgers to make bad passes that you're ended up stealing. The Griffins are going to have to stick with that.
22 turnovers forced by Gretna East. They've converted those into 18 points. Bennington has taken the ball away 9 times on its own. led to 12 points. The difference in this game, Christian, it feels like the three-point shooting. Bennington, a crisp 50%, 8 of 16 from range, whereas Gretna East is just 2 of 15. Leading scorers for Bennington in Reiner and Jackson are a combined 10 for 20. The flip side of that, if you look for Gretna East, still no players in double figures. Love has 9 on 3 of 14. French has 7 on 3 of 8. And Shelburne has 7 on 3 of 11. All right, so we'll have Bennington basketball in front of their own bench. Coach O'Connor took a timeout. This team is being harassed by that Griffin pressure. 27 on the shot clock, minute 51 to play, fourth quarter, girls Class B state championship game. Boabaj with it, gets it out to Jackson. She's right in front of her own bench, trapped again. Dangerous pass toward half court, but Reiner tracks it down. Boabaj dealing with a run and jump trap. Frederick in pretty good position, but just reached that arm in to commit a foul. Boabaj heads to the line.
We haven't seen the Badgers get any really good looks. I mean, besides Mason Reiner knocking down a few three-pointers. Other than that, it's been really tough to come by a good look in this fourth quarter. For the Griffins, I think right there, you just keep playing your defense. You get a stop and go down and get a bucket rather than try to put too much pressure.
Boabaj misses the front end. She's now 0 of 2 at the free throw line on the day. A little bit of a wrinkle there defensively, Tristan. That was a mid-possession run and jump trap from Gretna East. Would have worked if not for the slight bump in reach. Boabaj takes her dribble, takes a deep breath. Free throw up, rattles around and good. Lead back to 9. Love and Graver in the backcourt. Now Shelburne takes the cross to the front. Shelburne working on John. Pivot finds Love cutting. Love got in a bad position under the basket. Took one step too many after the catch. Traveling violation. Ball to the Badgers. Fresh wave of subs in as Gretna East needs to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Down 9, 90 seconds to play. Reiner tasked with getting this ball inbounds for Bennington. Boabaj with a banana cut, comes and gets it. She dribbles through the entirety of the Gretna East defense. Handles the press break herself. Reiner, Jackson, Johnson driving baseline. Stop and pop mid-range floater, rattles around, no good, but there's Reiner for the putback and count it. Macy Reiner again.
She is absolutely relentless, especially there on the offensive boards. Not sure that Bennington really needed to go get a shot that early in the shot clock, but Reiner was right there for the offensive rebound and the putback.
Most coaches would tell you they absolutely did not need a shot right there, but any coach will tell you we'll take the 2 points added to their lead. Full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the ticket.
Possibilities are endless at Doane University. Rooted in liberal arts, you can choose from undergraduate and graduate programs, all delivering real-world experience. At Doane University, we take a personal approach to education, giving you the guidance you need to own your future. It's not just our long history of innovative learning, it's the feeling of being surrounded by possibilities that makes us different. Now is your time. Apply today at doane.edu/apply.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Gretna East inbounds the basketball near their own bench. Graver gets it from Love. She's working on Johnson. She drives to her right. Gets it out to Shelburne. Shelburne works to her left on John. Goes into the body. Up, under, step through, up. No good. John altered. That one comes down with the rebound. John might be the player to foul, but they can't. Boabaj gets it. She's run the point for the Badgers. Under a minute to go. We're at 45 seconds to go. Timeout, Bennington, as Boabaj dribbled into some pressure. Let's keep it right here. We'll talk through things. Again, Tristan, Bennington, despite having the 11-point lead, maybe a little bit sped up. No need to dribble into that trap. Being here near the timeline might be your friend where you have the most space available to you on the court to make some of these passes.
Yeah, we've seen Boha. She's one of the fastest players on the court right now, so she can dribble it through she's just picking the ball up in bad positions. I mean, right there, she's on the wing, getting trapped real close to out of bounds. O'Connor has to use a timeout. But, yeah, you just get it to the middle of the floor. Make them put pressure on you and then spread out the floor with your players. They're having a lot of players that are all, kind of bunched up together. It makes it tough to even get a pass off. With 46 seconds left, the clock is your friend. Get into a position on the floor where you can find the open man and get it to him.
Gretna East made a run here early in the fourth quarter, but Bennington has battled back to play it to a draw. 12 points either way in the fourth quarter. It was a 13-point lead for the Badgers through one. Gretna East cut it to just 6 at the break. 5-point edge for the Badgers in the third, made it an 11-point game, and that's where we stand right now. 49-38 Bennington. They're on top of Gretna East. Macy Reiner leading the way, 23 points on just 10 shots. She's perfect on 5 3-point attempts and 2 free throws. Game's high scorer. Now Jackson with it after the inbound. French, Love, Graver harassing. Wadsworth, high hands. Now French and Graver get a trap. Boabash has to come get it. She splits it to Reiner. Reiner ball above her head, gets it now to John. Might be the player to foul. They don't. Now Reiner with it. 9 on the shot clock. 25 on the game clock. Reiner, middle of the lane, missed it short. Here goes Shelburne up the court. She gets it to Love. No numbers for Gretna East, but the Griffins have to attack. Love goes into the body of John. A little bit of contact, doesn't get the call. Love now just throws it mildly off of John.
Really good job by the Badgers right there. Not forcing a bad shot whatsoever. Finding ways to find the open person. Didn't get a turnover. Took almost the whole shot clock off. Only 16 seconds left to go.
Coach O'Connor of Bennington imploring his fans to bring the energy. Under 15 seconds to go. Bennington leads it by 11. Wadsworth drives, gets a snip. Boabaj has it. She's going to dribble it out. She passes it off to Reiner. Game clock counts down under 5 seconds. Reiner dribbles towards her bench. There's the horn. And for the first time in program history, the Bennington Badgers are state tournament champions. It's a 49-38 victory for Bennington. Their first championship in school history. A really successful young program. They get it done tonight on the back of Macy Reiner. We'll be back to tell you more about this one. Soak in the scenes from Pinnacle Bank Arena next on 93.7 The Ticket.
A membership with John Henry's will fast-track you to front-of-the-line service, seasonal tune-ups, and far fewer unexpected moments. That means no breakdowns, no waiting on a call, and no nonsense. It's consistent care that prevents small issues from turning into big bills. Join the Comfort Club and get VIP treatment 365 days a year with 24-hour priority response, member-only discounts, and peace of mind on your home's most expensive systems. Call
John Henry's.
John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
When you or a loved one hears the words, "you have cancer," you want to make sure you're surrounded by a team you can trust, who will be a true partner in your cancer journey. At NHO, you'll be treated like family, and you'll feel that compassion every time you walk through our doors. After all, this is the fight of your life, and you'll need the best people to be on your side. We're Nebraska Hematology Oncology. On your side, by your side.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Winning is about more than wanting it. It's about working for it. As Bulldogs, we see that hard work pay off every day. In the classroom, in our faith, in competition. At Concordia, the momentum is building, and you can be a part of it. Join a winning team at Concordia University, Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
High school basketball fans, take a trip over to the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame while you're in town for state hoops. Admission is free, and it's a great way to learn about some of the greatest athletes and teams to come out of the state, from recently to over 100 years ago in all sports. Learn more about names like Gale Sayers, Johnny Rogers, Bob Gibson, Tom Osborne, and more. Open Wednesday through Friday from 1 to 4 p.m. It's the Nebraska High School Sports Hall of Fame, just north of Haymarket Park at 500 Charleston Street.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Back to Pinnacle Bank Arena for more girls state basketball tournament action on 93.7 The Ticket.
For the first time in program history, the Bennington girls basketball team reigns supreme. They've been in Class C. They've moved up to Class B. They've been in the state tournament, but never have they made it this far. Never have they completed a perfect season until it culminated tonight with a 49-38 victory over Gretna East. Austin Norman, Tristan Gomez with you, recapping this one. We'll start on that side of things. Tristan, to our left and straight in front of us, exultant Badgers fans sticking around, obviously, for the medal ceremony. It was the Macy Reiner show. She had 23 points on 8 of 11 overall, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. She was a stud all game long.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw it from the get-go. She was knocking down three-point shots. She was even playing some really good defense. And then even in the fourth quarter, you know, when Bennington needed the most, when the turnovers were kind of killing them, she'll knock down a big three and then get an offensive rebound, get a putback. Macy Reiner was unbelievable tonight.
Maybe the moment of the game for me, though, came late in the third quarter. Bennington had struggled to get anything going, had barely any field goal attempts in the third quarter, but Hayden Jackson took the ball at the top of the key and knocked down a three after Gretna East had cut it all the way back from down 13 to down just 5. Hayden Jackson lines up a three, knocks it down, and then right before the buzzer, Macy Reiner knocked down another one, a 6-point swing in 2 possessions that pushed the game to its ultimate final margin.
Yeah, big-time players make big-time plays and big-time moments, and that's exactly what the Badgers needed. We saw the Griffins continuously finding a way to chip into that deficit, and then you would just see a big three get knocked down by the Badgers, and the Griffins just couldn't fully make the comeback.
For Gretna East, still a young program in search of its own first state championship. You can look on their faces, see how much it meant to them to be back in the same position they were last year. Runners up in Class B. For Gretna East, again, in their young history, in 2024, they beat Waverly in the first round before falling to Omaha Skutt. Last year, they beat Pius and Waverly before finishing as runners-up, again, falling at the hands of the Skutt Catholic Skyhawks. The Griffins are walking off the court right now with their second runner-up finish in as many years. A talented young program that certainly emptied the tank just too little, too late. They nearly got up the mountain, but couldn't quite roll that boulder all the way up the hill.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it was that first quarter, that 17-4 first quarter, that the Badgers just started out extremely hot. And then you could kind of see the game was pretty evenly matched. The Griffins were playing some really good defense, and then their pressure defense in that press was just absolutely relentless in the second half. But when you go down 13 in that first quarter and you're just trying to fight back that whole time, it's really tough to overcome, especially against an undefeated number 2 ranked Bennington team, who now is the number 1 team in Class B.
The number 1 team in Class B, the best team in program history. 28 wins, not a blemish on the schedule. Congrats to Bennington on its first state title in program history. For Tristan Gomez, I'm Austin Norman. That'll do it for this broadcast of high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket. Don't go anywhere. Coming up here in about 25 minutes or so, we will bring you the Class D2 state championship game to wrap up a fantastic championship Saturday of hoops. Thanks for listening. We'll be back soon with more.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new perspective